What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rundown. We are back. I'm super excited for this. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is a show where Anthony, myself, and everybody in the live chat deep dive into film and TV. And today we are starting Marvel Phase 3, the first three movies, because, well, there's a lot to dive into in this phase. So we thought we'd take it slow and kick it off with the first three films. Anthony, my man, how you doing?
Hi, man. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm so glad that we started out with just the first three movies because you were quite ambitious. Let's do phase three.
Let's do it all. Let's go.
So much, man. It's so much. So doing the first three is fine, I guess. Especially Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was so much fun to watch after seeing 3. You should see it again. It's a cool
I
trip
need
to
to.
see it after 3. After Groot's back his history, his
Yes,
backstory.
I know. I can't wait to talk about these. All three. I actually did rewatch Civil War again. I just had that on in the background yesterday while we were doing stuff. But see, I watched Guardians 2 just a couple weeks back. And I'll even say,
Yeah.
you're saying that after rewatching the third, when I was rewatching it before we went the night before, I was even in the zone then. Like, I was, oh, man, I can't pick which one I like the best out of all of them, all for different reasons.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
They're so good. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I mean, Civil War could take up a whole episode, let alone Doctor Strange and Guardians 2. Like
Yeah, so I could
these three
even
films were
talk.
sick.
I could I could talk so much more about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 after
Hmm.
seeing 3. That would be like an hour and a half for me, I think, because it's so awesome.
It is so awesome
Yeah,
and gave us so much little hidden Easter eggs that were just there. So
yeah,
good,
yeah.
so good. Well, I'm excited. I hope everybody in the chat is excited. We've got a few people here, so let's just give them a quick check, see who's here, what's going on. Mr. S Beam, miss catching y'all live. Oh, we miss you, mate. Hashtag working beauty self
Working
MCU.
Beauty. Yeah.
Have a great day. Yeah, you are the man. Thanks for tuning in and letting us know, brother. AJ, Big Dog, channel member, what's up? Hello, friends. Just tuning in to listen a bit as I have a lengthy drive home from being at the con. Oh, wow. Yes, that's his second day there, I think. Crushing it.
Hmm. What kind of con
Have
is
fun
that?
with that, brother. He says down here, I think. So, Bob, hey, Bob, what's up? Brother,
Yo.
good to have Bob Dylan back. We missed you, mate. Good to have you. Um, Andre, channel member,
Oh,
what's
look
going
at
on?
that! Look at that thumbnail
I
with the
look
avatar.
at that thumbnail. He is a baller. Look at him. Just chilling.
Snake Plissken.
Welcome
Ego.
back. Motor City Comic Con. There we go. Boom. And there you are. Awesome. Well, if you're tuning in and you're not in the live chat, thanks for being here. We hope you enjoy the show. If you have any points you'd like to throw in, don't hesitate to hop in there, and we'll make sure we call it out. Anthony won't let me forget, won't let me miss one, so he's got my back. But
I'm
let's kick it
trying. I'm
off, brother.
trying.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's
Let's
go.
do it. The first one, Civil War. Now, please, where do we start? That's a. I have some points, but I would like you to kick it off.
Yeah. So I have watched this movie so many times because I love it. I
Yeah,
love the idea.
yeah.
I love the idea of infighting. Um, and they're already starting with there's no real good and there's no real bad because Team Cap
Hmm.
and Team Iron Man they both have valid points, right? Um,
Yes.
you don't want to be governed by governments, but also you don't want to be reckless. And they've seen the casualties, especially in Sokovia, and
Hmm.
um, what's her name again? In the DC universe, she made it very
Who?
personal to Tony, with her
Oh,
kid being
yes.
dead. So she just put a face on it. And that was just too much for Tony. So he made up his mind. I want to do the
Hmm.
Sokovia Accords, um, and obviously Team Cap didn't.
Well, it was both their journeys. Like, that's what I really liked about it. Like, Tony was leaning more that way, and Cap was going the opposite way, which was
Yeah,
they had built up so well before this. Like, even a
yeah.
little like Age of Ultron. things like that.
Yeah, and the
That's
fun thing about the arc is, and we've mentioned that before, I think in phase 2, I guess,
yeah, yeah,
Cap and
basically.
Tony kind of have reversed arcs. Because Tony was all about Team Tony, uh, being
Like
egotistical,
a baller.
weapon monger, and he became a lot more social. And that's kind of his arc, playing the
Hmm.
sacrifice, doing the sacrifice play. And Cap's arc was all about living his own life instead of just being a servitude of everyone.
Hmm.
And that fits so well into the whole theme of
It
Civil War.
does.
Yeah.
It does. And I think it's a real shining point for Cap, his character, as he really stands up for what he believes in. And I love that, like rewatching it again yesterday. I mean, there's so many great story points I think that they hit. Like this is honestly one, it's an Avengers film, basically. But it's just a special to me it's like a special event. I was saying to Lani yesterday, all of the action sequences, what an amazing intro for Black Panther, which we'll get to. What an
Yeah.
amazing intro for Spider-Man. Like you're bringing in these new characters, giving them
Yeah.
arcs and amazing entrances. Like when he takes down Bucky when they're running on the rooftop, and that's how you first see him. Holy shit! Like rewatching it again yesterday, I was like, "What an epic!" That whole sequence of them going through the building to the chase scene, introducing Black Panther, just even moments like that.
Yeah.
It's classic MCU. So I
And
guess
what did you
let's go
think?
to.
I was watching it again last week, and there's the scene when they are in the Avengers building, and the Sokovia Accords are being proposed, and all of a sudden, Black Widow is for the Accords. What did you think then?
I think this is where we start to see her more like regret some of the things she's done. I guess like you kind of see it in Winter Soldier at the end, right? When she kind of tells them to. I know she tells them to get stuffed, doesn't she? This is like the
Yeah,
opposite of
so
that.
when they are at the table,
Point.
Tony's all of a sudden surprised that Natasha sides with him. Um, and that moment when she says they are right, I kind of the last time that I watched it, the last couple of times that I watched it, I kind of didn't believe that she was actually in Team Tony. It kind of felt
Mm.
like she was being a spy all over again, and she felt like Team Cap, and she just wanted to be in Team Tony as a spy.
That's a good way to look at it.
So that was funny.
That's a good way to look at it. That was a good way to look at it. Oh, mate. Like, I mean, I guess we'll touch on these points as we move through it. I've only got like 7 pictures from this, so
Yeah, we
we've
can't
kept
do the
it
whole
a bit
movie
short and
because
sweet.
then we'll have to do
Yeah.
the 3 movies. That's a lot.
Yeah. So I guess some of the main points I wanted to touch on, I'll briefly bring up, but I just thought I'd introduce Mr. Offen's in the house. Civil War almost bankrupted me in Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't collecting then. I came in a bit later, so I don't have many from that film, but that would have definitely hurt me. Team Cap. Yeah, interesting. Who's on what team?
On
I
both
love Tony,
teams.
but I think I was more leaning towards Team Cap. But then I swung back to Tony at the end.
Oh,
And
that's
that's
so
another.
funny. Helen was saying 5:30. John, how can you do it? And she's off. Oh, thanks for being here. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. You're a soldier. Ride or die.
Yeah.
We
Yeah. So
appreciate you.
I saw that picture in your closed group of Helen with the Pegasus and the Valkyrie, and she had the whole team already lined up there, ready to be posed. So
She's ready to go.
yeah.
She's ready to go. I got some ideas about that display, which actually I'll bring up at the end because we got Pose and Chill next week. So I have a few
Oh,
ideas
cool.
that I thought we could do. Lukagi is here. What's going on? Probably want to learn Tony from the perks of what? Perks and healthcare plan. Oh,
Yeah, that's
to
good.
Team
That's
Tony.
good.
Into Team Tony. God, man, my reading. Jesus.
Oh, you missed one.
So yeah, I
I
brought
think you missed often. You missed Spanner Boy.
no
Why would you?
movie
would
will
you?
be moved. Yes,
Oh, you did?
movie will be moved.
Okay, I thought you didn't.
Yeah, I just didn't call it out. Apologies, but that's what he says, right? When he comes,
think he did it on
he comes
purpose.
at him.
I feel like you
No.
did it on purpose.
I feel like I did it. Often I didn't. Please. Please. But the entrance of him, the whole build up of the story, I felt like the wood chopping scene from Age of Ultron played in, like, I thought, remembered that rewatching this in moments of their relationship where it started
Hmm.
to get strained. And I think about Avengers 1 when they had a go at each other. I really loved that two alphas that would butt heads.
Yeah.
And it was good that it wasn't just all friendly. There was always tension. Like, it's
Yeah.
like with anything, right? Any team, they're not going to be perfectly happy, all best friends, but they still come together as a team.
Yeah.
But that obviously all gets flipped on its head in this. But we get the intro, which leads to, and I just put this picture in there because one, I wanted to bring up that action sequence, but I really want to bring up all the action sequences, even the action sequence at the start of the film when they're working as an Avengers team, and you've got, Scarlet Witch there, and well, not she wasn't Scarlet Witch then, but you've got them all as a team. That whole intro with Frank Grillo was Crossbones was awesome. The whole thing about it,
Mm.
action as they really nailed, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And one other thing on the action with, like, I noticed this yesterday again. The start of the film was all massive action sequences, capped off with the bloody airport sequence, which was huge. But I loved how, and I think this movie's so special to me is because the end scene is a much more personal one, and it reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's not about saving the world; it's about a smaller, more personal battle. And I just thought about that. I'm like, both
Yeah.
those films are really, really gravitate towards, and I think it's not because it's the end of the world type scenario. It's more personal. It's about friendships and family.
Yeah, like Vin Diesel says, which Groot says, it's about family.
It's about family, yo. Like,
Yeah.
do you agree? Would you agree that, like, this film just feels more special because of I think the ending, like the reveal, the betrayal. Like, if I was Tony, that's exactly how you would feel.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
or would you? Or like that ending
Yeah.
fight was meant so much more. And I think they really crammed in massive, awesome action sequences throughout the start of the film, just
Yeah.
in a very clever way. Anyway, I'm yabbering.
It felt like such a modern Avengers film.
I shall go to you then first. Right?
Yeah.
It really did. Better than even. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, will forever be an iconic storyline for us. I mean, me and Lani, when I'm watching a film, I have a skill that I'm not thinking, if I see something that I'm thinking, oh, that's going to happen with this, I'm just like along for the ride. So, like, that reveal at the end, when
I have a
we were so
skill.
shocked. It's a skill.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
skill I've
positive
honed.
reframing. I have a skill
Yeah.
where I don't think about this is going to happen. Cool. I would say though that this has always been an Avengers movie for me, not a Captain America movie.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, right? That's how it always feels.
Yeah.
This feels like another Avengers. What's Bob saying? It was a weird character shift. Iron Man 2, Tony was clearly anti-government, and then all of a sudden his guilt made him switch sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
moved
his
that
arc.
along pretty quick. Yeah, that's his arc.
But I think it kind of made sense, right? Especially with the mom giving the giving giving the speech or a rant about her son and giving the picture. I think
Mm.
I think anger, guilt, and fear and love are four of the most important motivators. So for me, it kind of makes sense, especially seeing the arc that Tony went through.
Definitely.
Yeah, the Hulkbuster was cool.
Wait, Hulkbuster wasn't in this. What are you guys
Oh
talking
no,
about?
it was no.
Hulkbuster's
Yeah.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
You talking about Age of Ultron, Bob? Let us know. This movie gave justice for the
Justice
fight.
for the
Yes, it
fight.
did. Yes, it did. Many awesome battles. Many. Yeah, I don't care. He killed my mum. Right? Ah,
Yeah.
still, every time gets me.
Yeah.
Which, again, all made possible, I think, by a great villain. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
he was a great villain. It's not a bug. It's a feature. I don't.
It's not a
Damn you.
bug, it's a feature.
Damn it. Damn it. Well, I'm skipping. Yeah, Hulkbuster. Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Just, I'll show myself out.
Shoot myself. I don't know.
Don't worry, Bob. Don't worry about it, brother.
We brain fart all
Um,
the time when we stream, so it's fine.
yeah, don't worry. I just put this picture in because I just love this picture, this
Yeah.
intro. I mean, what did you think about the intro of Black Panther and Spidey? I think it
Dude, this
worked.
whole
I think it was
scene
great
was
with it.
epic. Because it was not only the intro Spidey, and re-seeing the intro when we finally see the Spidey movie. We see all the selfies and the homemade movies. But it's also the dynamic between Bucky and Falcon
Mm-hmm.
grows.
Mm-hmm.
The dynamic between Spider-Man, those two grows.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing Ant-Man with them. It's it's fine. It's just one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it really is. What about you guys in the chat? Would you say this is up there with one of your favorite movies? And do you consider it like it basically like an Avengers film? Which I think so. And to me, it just makes the Cap when we talk about best trilogies, Cap's trilogies, Cap's trilogy is phenomenal. I mean,
It is. It is.
arguably the first one is the weakest, but it's not even weak. Like I love that movie. I love that
Yeah.
period piece
Yeah.
of him becoming Cap. But Winter Soldier's so goddamn good. It's just on another level when it comes to tension, action, just story. That still probably would be my favorite. And then this, for Christ's sake, what a crescendo to the trilogy.
Yeah. But still, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a Cap movie. Did it to you?
Oh man, no, it doesn't. It
It felt
doesn't.
like a
But when
fresh
I think
Avengers
about
movie.
it being a Cap, yeah. But when I think about it, if I am like,
It is,
when I,
yeah.
but then I go, oh, it is a Cap movie. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
fucking, it's an amazing movie. Lani's favorite part is when Cap holds the helicopter and he flexes his biceps. Every time that comes on. She's
Yeah,
making sure she
Lani has
watches it.
ulterior motives.
She's like, oh my god, look at his arm.
Look at his arm. So it's not Thor, but it's Captain America.
It's all of them, but it's mainly Cap. It's mainly Cap. She's Team Cap all the way.
It's just not
She'll
Ant-Man.
tell you herself. It's just not Ant-Man, no. Oh man, but yeah, this entrance they made him so playful. Like when he captures Bucky's arm, and it's like nothing to him. He's just like, oh wow, that's a cool arm, like classic.
You got a metal arm? That's so cool.
Yes. Like it doesn't even bother him. I love stuff like
And like,
that. You just see
and
how
that Bucky and Falcon say, "Dude, there's usually not that much talking in fighting." Oh, I'm sorry. It's my first time.
And when Bucky's behind a pillar and he throws something at him, hey, I think you forgot this, and he looks and he bloody nearly gets taken out, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just still till this day, the
I
Russos
think-
just had it figured out. Really.
I think Spider-Man keeps calling Iron Man Mr. Stark, even to Bucky and Falcon, right?
yeah.
And to Steve also.
And yeah, that's not even remembering the awesome moment of Star Wars that he brings up when they take down Ant-Man,
Yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Just all of it.
I
When he
saw this
webs him up.
movie.
Yeah.
I saw this old movie. Yeah.
Oh man, absolute classic. And they did that's so much they gave him in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, and they
even
they take that back on the when they fight in the spaceship, right? Did you see that movie?
yeah,
Once again.
yeah, and that's another great callback. Just
Yeah.
another great callback. It shows you Peter's just who Peter is. I really enjoy how they did that.
Yeah.
Often says top 5 MCU movie. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would
wait,
be hard
also
for me
said-
to talk about a
Should have
top
been.
5 because there's so many
Mm.
great MCU movies and there's like the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, so it's hard
Yeah,
to take
It's
top
hard,
5.
bro.
Yeah.
it's hard. One of the best Queen Studios statues right there. Yeah, I nearly got that. A while back. Then I'm like, I can't pose it, so I'll just try and do it with the hot toy. Brick
Is this an
Artemis,
entry-
what's up?
Is this the entrance of Brick Artemis?
This is the entrance of Brick Artemis.
Or is it re-entry?
Maybe a re-entry. Look, I'm
Welcome.
Iron Dory. How am I gonna? I'm not gonna remember. Thank you for being here, brother. And this is an amazing entrance with Spidey. Just a great. His suit looks awesome. I loved his suit. I love the black on the shoulder, around the shoulder. It looks just breaks it up. Looks sick. One of my favorite lines is Scott says often, turning to Wanda and saying, "I know you too. You're great." Yeah. Paul Rudd he played that part perfectly for the film.
This
The
really
old
old movie, Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, it is old.
It is old. And then we have the team up. So this is obviously cool. I found this picture online, so I thought that'd be cool just to chuck them together. You're just looking at those teams, and you're like, "That's a pretty hectic fight." Like,
Dude, I'm just looking at
pretty
that and I'm
strong.
thinking that's a lot of money.
it's a lot of hot toys.
That's a lot of money right there.
Imagine having all these figures and doing a battle across two benches and have a massive scene. Imagine that as a display for all the figures fighting each other. Woo,
Yeah, I've seen one done really well in like a glass, huge as a glass cabinet. I don't know who did it though. But
That
it's
is sick.
awesome. It was in a diorama as well.
Oh wow, yeah, that's sick. That's the stuff I want to do. Like I'm already thinking about. I've working on my next on the shelf video, which I'll do soon. I'm going to do an Infinity War, blending into Endgame fight across two of the Munchie case. Make it a whole big scene. I think that'd be sick.
Yeah.
It'd take a long time though. It's a lot of figures to pose up. Lukagi says, "Does anyone have any orange slice?" Here when he says that's epic. I love it when Tony's like, "Has anyone else got any fantastic hidden like something like
Powers
skills or whatever?"
we don't know about.
Powers. Yeah, that's it. I just think of Widow running by herself on the green screen. The rest of the
Was
episode.
They didn't use the pajamas back then?
I think her team, like her entire team, was CGI. So
Why?
Black Panther didn't even in
Because
the suit. That's
afterwards they
crazy.
used the pajamas for the rest
Tony
of them,
and
right?
that.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe
I
for
know that
running
they started
sequences.
out not doing it and then doing it after. But
Mm.
I don't know why. When.
Blue Tattoo, what's up, brother?
Yo.
Channel member. Thanks for
Channel
being
member.
here, mate. No, he's not. Is he? No. Sorry. I
That's
saw the
yes
little
then.
symbol. No, it is. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Dude,
Come on.
remember?
It's not green,
You
though.
should recognize
Why is it
your
not
numbers.
green? No,
He
but
is
why is it
green.
not green?
He is green. He is green.
It's not green on mine. What the hell? Anyway, brother, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Civil War. Apparently, it was filmed in Atlanta. It was in Atlanta in the summer. That would have been hectic.
Yeah.
So I brought this picture up because I was thinking about the teams and just even again building on the storylines between Black Widow and Hawkeye. I thought was great. Like they really just throughout all the films found some moments to make them closer,
Yeah.
which I really liked.
We're
Even
still
in this
friends,
one,
right?
they're still friends. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Now we get to near the end, which is really where it really elevates for me, and having it being a much more intimate ending. When you saw this for the first time, were you seeing this coming? Let us know in the chat if when you were watching it, was it a massive surprise for you? Where were you at with it? I guess is my question. The betrayal.
Yeah. I didn't know where they were going when they went in here. I thought it was about the super soldiers. Until
Yeah,
it
that's
wasn't.
what I was thinking.
Until it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then it all made sense, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah, so that was pretty cool as well. It was well done. I can't say anything bad about this because I love it so much.
Like I really think when like that we should looking back on it now, you look back at that airport fight scene, I'm like, how are they going to top that action sequence?
Yeah.
You don't top it by going bigger, you top it by going more personal. And I just every time it gets us, like we're just like, it's so well written. When you see at the start of the film, you see the motorcycle in the car and the car crashes and you see someone take the suitcase. I'm thinking that's just to get the serum, and we're just seeing that, and that's building up the story of the serum and being more super soldiers. I wasn't thinking about the people in the car being Tony's parents and how that ties into the last fight and why it happened. Far out, like so well done. When they wrote that, they must have been like freaking jizzing until they got to make that. They must have known they were making something epic.
Yeah, they must have.
They must have known. What do you guys think? In the chat, let us know. Vengeance has consumed you, and it's consuming them. I'm done letting it consume me.
Dude, you're skipping again. Quit
Really?
skipping. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Man, I can't even say anymore, okay, guys? That was in
Yeah.
reference to your, yeah, okay, to, we still friends? I also like the whole,
Yeah. I can just hear him saying, I don't care. That accent is so cool. I don't care.
it is, I don't care. What's up? And even he has a relationship with, why am I forgetting the villain's name right now?
Who, Zemo?
Hit me up in the chat. Zemo, sorry. Yeah, even T'Challa has a good little arc with Zemo. And the fact that Zemo doesn't even care to sit there and watch Cap and Tony fight, he's just like, I'm done. He was just a great villain with a great motive. Another great villain with another great motive, I think. Often says, and then it was called Back in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bloody good. Zemo, that's right, Zemo.
So, Bluetooth 2,
Yeah.
you did that one as well? Civil War is great, but Winter Soldier is the best.
Yeah, I can't decide. Like, I always lean back to Winter Soldier. I don't know why. This is good for a different reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't make me choose, okay? And then the final battle. Final battle was epic. I've always wanted to recreate the whole final battle with these two figures. I just don't have the Civil War cap. I just have to use another cap.
Yeah, just use another cap. I'm not that hung up on screen accuracy. Just use the Endgame one.
Yeah. Yeah. But what did you think of this final battle between them? Do you think they did it well? Do you think?
Kind of wish that they showed the restraints of the space a bit more. Because or else I would have thought that Iron Man would have won easily. Just because he has more powers to blow them both away.
Yeah.
But just because of the restraints of the building, he couldn't just fly off or blast everything. So that kind of made
Yeah.
sense that they would win. Not win.
I also think like he wasn't trying to kill Cap. He didn't want to kill Cap, and that made him hold back in their fight. Although this
Yeah,
picture
those
is not really holding
blasts
back.
kind of suggest otherwise, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the first time he
maybe you're right.
blasted at Cap, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that's the first time he blasted back at him.
But it feels like
it-
you could just use one arm to blast the shield or one arm to blast the knee. Because
Yeah.
you have two arms, right?
Look,
Just take out the
Don't-
knee.
don't do this, Anthony. Don't do
Stop
this.
using calf kicks. Just take out the knee. Blast it out.
Don't do this. Don't do it. But yeah,
Bunch
this
of
scene,
morons.
this whole fight had just so much. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin Captain America for me. It's a great scene. It's a great scene. Absolutely loved it. He's not trying to hurt Cap. He wasn't trying to. He wasn't trying to get Bucky. I feel like he was trying to get Bucky though. I feel like he was trying to get Bucky.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But I think deep down he didn't want to hurt Cap.
Yeah,
As Cap didn't want to hurt him.
could be.
There was this guy made a video I saw once, but maybe it was a short or on Instagram. He was saying that the reason Cap knocks off Tony's helmet is because he knows he'd suffocate in the suit if he destroyed the suit. I'm like, really? I didn't. Really?
I don't know.
He's like, I got you, John.
It's not a glitch, it's a gimmick. It was not a fault, it was a trick. It was a trick, I often said.
That's my last slide. So, anything else you want to add on this film before I guess we kick off? So, it's taken up about half the show. But anything else you want to add on Civil War? Like, I feel we're obviously missing a ton of stuff because we haven't gone through the start of the film.
Yeah,
to
probably. I'm
finish, but
kind
I
of
think
thinking
we've
if it
covered-
sets up something else for WandaVision or for Thanos or...
I think it puts him in a great state. So, like after this, Natasha goes on to do the Black Widow film. So it makes sense that she does a runner after she talks to Tony at the Avengers facility, and Tony's like, "They're coming for you too," you know.
Yeah.
And then
So, and they already mentioned Hulk and Thor. That they're not
Mhm.
here. It would kind of would have fucked up the plan, I guess, if they were here.
Mhm.
But they were off for Ragnarok, I guess.
they were
And
off for Ragnarok, which made sense.
did it do anything for Wanda? No, I didn't. I don't think it did anything for Wanda, right? But it did
Mm,
introduce Black Panther and
did,
Spider-Man.
yeah. Well, for Wanda, I mean, they end off. Her and Vision go off together.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
And the fun thing is, they introduced Ant-Man in the Avengers, because
Mhm.
before Ant-Man was just introduced to Falcon, and it was kind of shameful. And he didn't really want to mention that he got beat up by Ant-Man, because it's just a silly name to get beat up by. He
Yeah,
just says, "I know a guy."
I know a guy.
Yeah.
I know a guy, which was cool. Yeah, everyone had little moments to shine, which the Russos do very well. I think they give everyone moments to shine throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Even Clint had a moment of shine when he took on Vision to get Wanda out. That was cool,
Yeah.
with the arrows and stuff.
Made you look.
Even though
My dad made me
my
that
dad,
shield. Give it back.
give it back. You could feel Tony's hurt there. He was hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would have known that from 2012 Avengers when Tony was suffocating. There you go.
Hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
My dad stole that from Wakanda.
Colonizers.
And Cap gives it back.
Hey, Rens.
Rans is in the house. What's going on? Sets up Infinity War with the team
Ah,
divided.
yeah, of
it
course,
does that
of course,
really
of
well.
course. Yeah.
And then Cap's on the run, so it makes Black Widow's film fit in really nicely in between this and Infinity War.
Created a grill figure. It set up more toys. Yeah.
That I'm still chasing. Agreed. Hey,
Hey,
Tic
Tic
Tac.
Tac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool. Lukagi, stop picking on Tony, okay? He was hurt. Tony on the go crying. I won that. Stop it. But look, yeah, it's a great film. I think we could go on forever and ever if we had the slides from the start of the finish to the film. But just overall, great action sequences, great introductions of new characters. It's basically an Avengers level film with all the characters they had in it. They gave everyone moments to shine. The whole film wasn't about the end of the world, which is awesome, and that's a theme I'm really starting to notice in films that I like. With the more intimate ending,
Yeah.
just a perfect MCU film for me, really. And looking back now, like how much I revere have Chris Evans as Cap and Tony as Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Just a great film featuring both two of my favorite characters in such a well-told story. Forever will be up there, I reckon. Bob says, I actually rewatched Black Widow today. I like it more the second time. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot the second.
I
The
enjoyed
second
it the
time
first
again.
time, and the second time, and the third time.
Oh yeah,
I liked the Black Widow movie, to be honest.
yeah, it's good.
It was a bit too late, though.
Yeah,
But I liked it.
yeah. If I love I would watch it straight after this, before Infinity War. I think it fits
Yeah.
in nicely there.
Yeah.
The futurist, everybody. The futurist is here. Yeah. Everyone getting arrested. I mean, we didn't even talk about that. Phase 4 gets too much hate. The films are... Yeah, often look, I'm with Phase 4, and I'm looking forward to talking about Phase 4 when we get to it. But let's move on. So what a way to kick off Phase 3. I mean, how do you even top that? Where do you go from there? You go in a different direction.
We know where
and
we
you
go.
We go to Doctor Strange. And I've got about, I think, maybe 6 pictures for this.
Cool.
But I absolutely love this film, and I think I like it better than the second one. The second Doctor Strange, if I'm honest.
It's hard for me.
I'm just going to add some more of the pictures while you're talking.
I do like this one. I think for me, though, the second one has more rewatchability or something.
You reckon? Ooh.
I think
Okay.
I've watched the second one more than I did this one.
Okay. Okay, I'm not on that boat yet. Me and Lani have watched, I think, this one more. I mean, but it has been out longer, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Um,
Yeah, true.
but I've got some moments that I've put in here that may that I'm hoping may jog your memory of why this one is, I think, uh, I guess, in my opinion,
Please do, Iron
just a
Dory.
great, yeah, a great introduction, a great
It is. It
introduction
is.
to
It
the
is.
Doctor Strange character. They had crazy action scenes, mid-air fight scenes, aplenty. Yes, in this, right? Yes. Yeah, too late.
Yeah, Black Widow one.
Come to bargain.
I've come to
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, look, I
Multiverse of Madness.
find
I think
Strange
for
too much of
Multiverse
a
of
dick.
Madness, I think it went down on the title and the trailers and the expectations. If only they would have changed the title a bit more, so that
Mm,
it didn't make us think that we were going to get a lot of multiverses.
yeah,
And maybe show less in the trailer. Then I think it would have been received better.
yeah. And look, Lani made that exact point as well. Actually, she's like, it shouldn't have been called Multiverse of Madness. She actually said
Yeah.
that the other day. We were talking about it. And she's like, it wasn't multiverse enough. So I think you guys are right. Often says here, I find Strange too much of a dick.
abrasive.
Like Tony
But
is
he
too.
is. He is.
He is abrasive. He is abrasive.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been called Multiverse. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
Blue agrees. I agree.
And he's a
Um,
channel member,
look,
so he should know.
he knows.
He knows.
He has a special set of skills, and he knows. But look,
Special set of
I really
skills.
do. Look, I agree. He's a bit abrasive and he's a bit of a dick. He's
Yeah.
arrogant. But I really enjoyed it. The more I've watched this film, like I probably watched this film maybe 5 or 6 times now, and I feel like I enjoy it more and more. And I don't know if it's because of the moments throughout I love it, like moments throughout the film that I love rewatching. Like if we go to, when he's going on the journey and everything, and you get that magical sequence and all the magic starts coming into the film. I really loved how they filmed it, how it was done. I just loved the trippiness of it.
Yeah.
In his journey into that realm. The first time I watched this film, I thought he got too good too quickly. The second time I watched it, I felt like, oh no, they're kind of showing that he's a very
Yeah.
smart person.
Yeah.
And that's why he's
He's
posing
like the
so
Hermione
arrogant.
of the MCU, right?
Yeah, like he just can just pick it up really quickly, and then it shows him working hard to actually do what it takes to do that. But he is arrogant.
Yeah.
Is he too arrogant for you? Was
Nah,
that something
nah,
that you
it's
found
fine,
as
it's fine. It's fine.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's how we are. So because we're the best. We're not arrogant at all. No, but I don't mind it. I don't mind his. I don't mind him being arrogant, if that makes sense. I enjoyed the relationship between him and his woman that he loves in every universe. I can't remember her name right now. I'm losing it. But I enjoyed their parts, and I really enjoyed the part in the hospital and that whole sequence where he has to come through the
Christine.
astral plane and
Dude,
Christine.
streaming makes my brain function on like 25%. It's so hard to think of names and stuff. I
Right.
don't know why. Yeah, it is.
So maybe I'm not Iron Dory. Maybe it's just
Yeah, you probably are. But but also Iron Doriness, even that gets cut in half because of the stream, I think.
Yeah, thank you. And it's 5:30 in the morning. Strange One also suffers from the origin story tropes, which at this
Yeah.
point in the Infinity Saga was getting. Yeah, I would agree on
Still
that.
enjoyed it though, a lot.
Yeah, I did still enjoy it.
Strange and not a Mary
Mary
Sue.
Sue, Anthony would say he is
Christine
kind of
is
Mary Sue. Christine is definitely a Mary Sue.
He's an Hermione. He's definitely Hermione.
Yeah. Lukagi says, I didn't really like A Multiverse of Madness apart from Scarlet Witch scenes. I prefer the first movie. However, I wish Dormammu was done better. Well, I was neither here nor there about Dormammu. I just loved how he defeated him. I thought that was
Yeah,
really
the
cool.
moment didn't feel that grandiose. That's true.
He will be back though, right?
He will be
It looks
back.
like that's where they're going. He's going to be back.
As will be
Thank
the
you, Blue.
legendary Star-Lord.
As will the legendary Star-Lord. Butch is in the house, another channel member. Dang it, missed the conversation about Civil War.
Yo,
I was in a
welcome
meeting
back.
at work. Howdy, everyone. Butch, thank you for being here, mate. And you know what we told you about these people you work with? If we need to have a word with them, we will. Just let me know.
If you need us to set them right, let us.
We
set
will
them
run
right.
them down.
Yeah.
This
Oh, that's a
screenshot
good
just
one.
reminds
That's
me
a
of the
good one.
latest episode of Dave. Nice. Dave, I don't know what
Latest-
that show is.
Dave, what's that? Latest step of
Yeah,
Dave.
what show was that? You
Dave,
should come to Bargain.
Dave.
What else did we capture? So look, moments like this, and then I'm like, did I just love this film more so because I love these amazing moments? But I've rewatched it enough that I really do enjoy the storyline and the intro of the magical side of the
Mysticism,
MCU
yeah.
because this was it. So like you think about how they do their phases. Phase 3 started off with this epic event. How do you top it? You go to another origin story and you bring in a different theme, which is all the magic side. So in that sense, I thought they played it off. They played it well.
Yeah.
Also wasted
What?
shit well. Yeah, in the sequel, right? So he was on track to.
okay.
They did
Yeah.
kind of just completely divert from that storyline
Yeah.
for sure. I thought he was going to be more of the villain in the second one. You're right. Often, they definitely diverted. Do you have anything you want to add on any of the moments from this film, like the end fight where he reverses time and everything, uses the time zone? I thought was really cool, and I always enjoy watching the special effects in that part.
Yeah.
He's
It
fighting
was.
a bookcase.
That was not really. Yeah, was that an end fight? I think the fights with Caecilius were done better than the end fight.
Okay, yeah, those were great.
Um,
Like this whole mind-bending sequence was
I didn't
amazing.
mind, dude. I didn't mind the ending. It's just now me nitpicking, I guess, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I really thought it was a good way to show. What was the word? So like his journey in the origin story, right? He thinks he's the best. He's a bit of a dick. He gets humbled. He gets really humbled, and then he finds out about this whole fantastical world, and then he starts making that sacrifice. He gets to the point where he makes the sacrifice play at the end of his origin story. He's willing to go through it, which I thought was very heroic. Really, you think willing to get killed over and over to save other people. I thought they did that well. The way Benedict Cumberbatch plays him, I think he's very good at being like confident. Like you look at that facial expression, like he plays that confidence really well.
Yeah, he's good at being narcissistic, which suits like a medical doctor and Doctor Strange as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think he portrays that quite well, and I think people like that are really high functioning, like super intelligent people, can be like that, have that ego, have that mindset. So I think they did well with it. Couldn't make him a Tony Stark in that sense, I don't think, joking and all that type of thing. I think this was a more fitting personality for him. He hasn't learned as a character. Like in No Way Home, he was blaming Peter for the spell going wrong.
Yeah, I like
he's
No
the
Way
adult.
Home, but his character felt so off in No Way Home for me. And we already had What If. So in the back of my mind, I was still thinking this is like a different variant of Strange, which it wasn't. But for me, the No Way Home Doctor Strange was like as much of a departure for Doctor Strange as Thor 4 was for Thor. So that didn't really fit me very well, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. He does feel a bit off. I remember in the trailers, everyone was like questioning, is it a different Doctor Strange? Also, the deleted scene in Endgame where they all kneel, I think would have been better to show he has humility. Yeah, because they do have that where they all kneel at the end of Endgame, deleted scene.
I don't think I
Which
know
would
that
have been
one.
good. Oh yeah, go check out. Yeah, it's in deleted scenes. Like when Tony dies, there's this scene of everybody.
Oh yeah,
They show
yeah,
everybody kneel and
yeah.
pay respect.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of biased because since Doctor Strange is one of my favorite characters.
No, he's not. Rock Lee is. Kai Sensei is.
Yeah, look, I think going back on this film, I think it holds up. It's a great introduction to the character. I love all the magic stuff. I think the action was done really well. The tone of it, for what his story is and opening up that world, I think was really
Yeah.
well done. And I love this shot where they show.
Oh, that's nice.
I think I think that's a sick shot. Bob, you've got this in a. Bob's got this in a
Yeah,
diorama,
yeah.
right? I'm pretty sure you do.
He does. He does.
Wish I had one of those. Wish I had one of those. All right, I'm just going to add the slides for the last film in the first three films. I mean, first three films, it's a banger start to a phase.
Oh man.
And then we got this, which it's so, and I want to know what everybody in the chat thinks. After seeing number 3, has this elevated number 2? Have you gone back and rewatched it? Did you rewatch it before seeing it like I did? Where are you at with it? Or are we crazy and you've always been hyped up on this film? But I feel like I got
this was
more hyped up on this
already a good movie, but you really need to see it after seeing 3 because every scene with Rocket you see so much more than you did before. Yeah, check it out after you've seen 3. It's awesome. At least I
Definitely.
think it's awesome.
Let's just see what Often's saying here before we move on. So he says, I like Cumberbatch as Strange for the most part, but I don't love him like the other MCU characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I get
She-Hulk.
that feeling. Ouch. The Sanctum Sanctorum now resides with Doc Smizzle. Oh, it's
Oh.
moved on.
Why though?
Damn.
I thought you were glad to have it. I know it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the Continental, but he's the new Collector Supreme.
He is the new Collector Supreme.
Yeah, he got
Damn.
it on a mere formality.
What is this? A building for ants? I don't remember what that's from. I'm forgetting.
Yeah,
I listen to Cat Stevens without crying because of this movie. Without crying, sorry. Yeah, that song. All the song choices in these films are amazing. No one, Helen says no one can replace his Collector Supreme Bob. I love it. Yeah, to
Oh yeah, the
Matrix
lobby. That was
fair
cool.
enough.
Cool.
That's
For
cool.
Keanu
That's
Reeves
Yeah,
diorama.
look, I'm with you. I want to see what the new John Wick figure is going to look like. I need it. I need it.
Yeah, probably just wait for Inar to do it. I kind of feel like they're going to use the same sculpt as they did, just with different
Maybe.
hair. I hope not.
Maybe.
Oh man, this is
Right.
the perfect intro to any movie, dude. Have you ever seen a better title opening of a movie than this one?
I don't think I have. I'm trying to think about it. It's just so much fun. It really is just so much fun.
Yeah, dude.
An intro, action.
Yeah, we've talked
Great
about this
song.
before when we did Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but James Gunn just loves his characters. And it shows. I think he loves his characters. I think he loves his actors as well. But his love for creating characters and bringing them to right, I think it really shows in the movies. And then
Yeah.
he makes like a compelling story. And then the humor is on point as well. I think delivery and humor is very specific, right? I think Thor Ragnarok did it well, and they went a bit overboard in Thor 4, and then you see that how specific delivery is. And I think
Yes.
James Gunn, I don't know why, dude, but he's like comedic talent, I think.
Yeah.
Because he nails the delivery, and every actor
Yeah.
does. And I don't think that most actors are. They're good actors, but I don't think they're awesome actors. I think it's just
Yeah.
James Gunn and their love for each other just bring them to life. which is why
Yeah.
it like comes together. This like a symphony of perfection, dude.
It really is. Like, I was thinking about it. Um, I think a big part of why they seem to work is from all the stuff I see, all the cast really seem to actually be close and be friends and go
Yeah,
to each other's events and go to their
yeah,
parties and go to their weddings together. And they actually, James Gunn works with people that he works with the same people all the time and brings a lot of the same people in from all aspects. And I think that is one thing that can't be overlooked when looking at why things work. It's such a
yeah,
collaborative effort.
yeah,
And then the flip side of that, I think, is one of the film, like the filming aspects that I love about what James Gunn does is this intro, scenes like this intro, scenes like the hallway fight scene, scenes, all these specific,
yeah,
the the way he films things, the way he's come up with this intro being filmed like this. I love the technique of that and how it shows all this other stuff. You don't see many other people doing creative. Like you could just film it as an intro and film a fight scene and have the intro come up, but to
yeah.
have the thought to film it like this, with something else is in the forefront, the other stuff's going on in the back. It just his style of filmmaking is way more creative, and it's stuff like that I love seeing, like the style
Yeah.
choice of filming it a specific way.
And dude, who thinks of
So good.
using actually the characters listening to music for the soundtrack? I
Hmm.
think in two, there were a couple of scenes where the soundtrack was just the soundtrack and people weren't listening to it. In three, it's
Hmm.
100% characters listening to music when we hear
Hmm.
music. But
Yeah.
this intro, and they're saying like it makes no sense to have this music set up when we fight the obelisk.
Mm.
And half of them is saying, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And the other saying, yeah, well, it does make sense, dude. And then he
Yeah.
starts dancing, and they
Yeah.
fight the obelisk. And then when the song is ended, the tension rises from fighting it, and Drax decides to take it on from the inside. And
Yeah.
after they beat him with Gamora just slicing him up, Drax actually thinks that he single-handedly fought the obelisk.
It's just done so well.
Yeah.
It's just so I like. We've got a few chats to catch up on. Let's see what they're saying about it. So Andre says, "I haven't watched many Marvel films, but I love the Guardians films. The
Wow.
characters and humor is just right for me." Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
more Star Wars. Okay, Bob Dylan is the
The
sommelier.
sommelier
Okay.
of Keanu Reeves.
Now I hear. Now Lakagi says, "Now I cry when I hear Dog Days." Thanks, James. um, Often I love this figure and also the Venomized version. Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah, so I missed out on the first one.
Good dog.
I got the Venomized one, but now I'll get the reissue or the shorts, the Groot shorts version. That's going to be a cool version.
That's going to be cool. Often says, I saw a theory that James Gunn feels like he's Rocket and Marvel is the High Evolutionary.
Oh man. Yeah, you can say anything now.
Speaking of James Gunn, says AJ, I met Sean Gunn yesterday. Really cool guy.
Wow,
That's so awesome.
you met Craigling. Why?
At
How
the
did that
con.
happen?
Would have been at the con. Connie's
Oh
at.
yeah, of course. Cool.
Yeah. I listened to an interview with Sean Gunn actually on Inside of You podcast. Michael Rosenbaum. He's interesting guy. AJ, so ASA. Wait, what are you saying? Miss Marvel? I saw him on Miss Maisel. Glad.
What's
and
that?
other stuff.
Miss
Yeah, it
Mason.
must be another show, I think. Drax is going to kill it from the inside.
The batteries.
Hard
yeah.
blocks, batteries, yeah. Very
You need
cool.
some batteries.
Wink, wink. But yeah, the intro, all the action sequences, the way they're done, and some of these shots that I've got, I don't have many slides to cover for it. We've only got 6, but I had to bring this up because that entrance was amazing. Then we get the introduction of the story of Ego. What did you think about that? I thought Kurt Russell was great.
Yeah, it was. It was a cool deepfake with him being younger.
It was. It
Yeah.
was. It was a
And
really
him
good one.
implanting his seeds, him being an Eternal,
Mhm.
him being David Hasselhoff. Because
Yeah.
Peter Quill's stories about Devil Hasselhoff in the school were very cool. And um, yeah, him being egos.
I thought he was great.
Yeah, I thought it as well. I don't think. Yeah, who would have known that Kurt Russell was going to come into like an MCU movie? But it fits perfectly.
But what a great way for him to come in, because he's always, normally been a good guy. To come in as
Yeah.
someone you would think would be a good guy, who then ends up being a bad guy, was a good choice of casting, I think.
He
And he's
could also
he's that
played
charismatic.
Zeus. He could have also played Zeus in Thor 4.
He could have. He could have. He could have.
Yeah.
He's just so charismatic, I think, and he was a great choice to be that, because they had to have
Oh
someone
yeah, of
who
course,
was going
Celestial.
to
That's what I'm
woo-
saying.
yeah.
It's on 25% at the moment.
He would have to he had to woo Peter, and I think he was very charismatic in the way he did. I thought that was really cool. Someone that you would want to look up to as a father figure, and it turns out he's a dick. I love him when he's like, "That's my father. How could I not have issues? Look at that's my father."
Yeah.
I love it. Mantis's power and also fits perfect to
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to do Thanos. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, if she can help a celestial sleep. The introduction of Mantis. Okay, so here's a point I wanted to bring up. I don't know if anybody's watched deleted
You're
scenes.
hideous, Drax says.
Yeah, far out.
Yes, you're hideous.
That whole sequence of, if you guys can remember, when Drax and Mantis are sitting on a step outside before Gamora comes.
Yeah.
There's an extended scene, a deleted scene of Drax talking about losing his family. And I wish, if you go back and watch that deleted scene, I wish they wouldn't have cut that out, because his acting and the way what he was talking about his family, Mantis starts crying, or she is crying, or something. She's crying somehow of the story he's telling about losing his family, and they cut it out. I'm like, why would you cut that scene out? That was such a
for
great
me,
scene for Drax.
it makes perfect sense that they cut it out, because I think that scene is supposed to say that, and to show that she's an empath. So when she touches someone, she feels their feelings. And I think those feelings kind of are placed inside her as well. So I think when she touches Drax, she feels like 100% honesty. I think she also feels that Drax is the one that feels the most out of all the group. I think he's not cognitive, but he is just 100% in the moment and in touch with his feelings that way. But I also think that his honesty was kind of projected onto her, which made her want to tell about ego. That's what I think. So that in that sense, it makes sense that he shouldn't have to tell the story. She just feels it. Because what's the part of being an empath if you still need to tell the story?
Oh no, it was just so good though. It's good to watch as a deleted scene. If you haven't, Bob, go check it out. Yeah, it's such a cool scene. But yeah, it does make sense where she touches it, where she just starts crying. That's very powerful.
And so I also think so that his honesty rubbed off on her, and she couldn't help wanting to talk about what Ego was planning.
Yeah, because I mean, to me, she was always a good person. Who was just in this situation she didn't really understand, with what you find out is her dad, making Peter her brother. The Yondu stuff. Oh no, actually, before we get there, Rocket. Even this whole sequence for Rocket was awesome, with him taken out.
And the fun part is that they also set up the fight scenes. Well, not the fight scenes. Well, a bit of fight scenes in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. They set up the powers of those stun nodes, or the electricity taser nodes, because he used the taser nodes in here on the whole platoon of the Ravagers, and then Quill uses it in the hallway scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So that's also one of the things that I really love about what James Gunn is doing. He's so consistent with characters, emotions, motivations, but also skills and power levels.
Yeah, that's right. Lani read something to me yesterday. It just made me think of that. I don't know where she read it. It was on something that the reason why Rocket was collecting mechanical parts all the time was to remind him of his friends who were all made up with mechanical parts. I don't know if that's real or not, but I
I
think it was
don't.
on
I
like a fun
feel
fact.
because I wanted to talk about that in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but I didn't. I feel
Mm.
that's kind of
Are
it,
we
but not
reaching?
really. I think it's
Mm.
when you are a kid, you develop coping mechanisms which are functional in that weird context, but they are a bit
Mm.
dysfunctional afterwards. So it's I think it's kind of safety behavior, and the thing that saved him was collecting stuff to create the key, so that
Hmm.
kind of gets ingrained into your coping. So now it's just steal stuff,
Mm.
just because it's part of his coping, and also if you're deprived, people steal the weirdest shit if they're deprived as children.
Mm.
You wouldn't you can't think of what people would steal, but they just do. It's like an empty hole that gets filled. So I feel
Mm.
it's a bit of those two that makes him steal everything.
Mm. Okay, I like that. I like that explanation. It's not right.
Yeah, when we did three, I wanted to
Mm.
do like a collage of Nebula with her being captured. Give me some of that fruit, please. No, it's not ripe. And then with Drax, no, it's not ripe. And then eating the fruit, it's not ripe.
Yeah. Rocket is just a kleptomaniac here. Classic kleptomania. But this whole sequence in the film was good as well, and I love that. I mean, that's when we see Yondu and all that. Yondu and all them come in. I got this picture to show this scene because when they all get caught, even when Groot's getting tortured, I feel so bad for him. He's so cute in this film. You really
Yeah.
like. It was a great story evolution for Groot too. We got to see him as this big hunking tree in the first one, very old and wise feeling.
Yeah.
Then he's this young little baby, which is hilarious, and then he's just hilarious in it.
I love that they kept everything in with
Yeah.
them asking Groot to get the fin, and him even coming up with the with the severed toe. So innocent. I'm doing this right?
Oh
Being
man,
such
he
a
had
kid.
such a great
Yeah.
arc. Such a great arc, and
And
just a
also
great
here,
performance.
yeah, and also here, what was it again? Yondu was telling someone when he uses the fin, it's not. He does it with the heart. Um,
Yeah,
so they harken back to that in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 again with Kraglin, but he says it in 2 as well.
yeah,
But I don't know to who anymore.
yeah. I thought he said it to Peter, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know anymore.
I thought he said it to Peter in this.
Could be.
Maybe I'm wrong. If anyone can remember, tell us. Taserface. Don't forget about Taserface.
Taserface!
On the couch with Dr. Anthony would make a great MCU psychotherapy.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
It's like, yeah, psychopathology, was it? Yeah. But this scene, like, what a hero scene for Yondu, and then to have another, like, he had fantastic moments in this movie too. We got a full arc for him,
Yeah.
which again is paid off more in the Christmas special, which he then pops up again, and that's another one. He's great friends with James Gunn, so he keeps popping up.
Yeah, and the arc between these two is cool when we hear Yondu talk to Rocket, because Rocket is suppressing all his emotions. Him being abandoned and have trust issues, abandonment issues, detachment disorder. So he pushes everyone away that gets close, and Yondu sees right through him, and he says so. He says, "I see right through you because you're me." So they feel like kindred spirits, and that's the
Yeah.
cool thing about these two.
It's another great point on how Gunn builds all these personal relationships. Like it's very much about family. It
Yeah.
feels like in relationships these
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, Vin
Really,
Diesel plays Groot, so it's all about family.
yeah. When you got
You know,
Vin Diesel in the house,
yeah,
you know
it's all about family.
what's up.
It's not a trap if it's a face, it's a face off.
I agree with
Yeah,
you.
literally
You,
face off.
you got to have that confidence. Oh yes, the old classic Taserface, greatest villain ever.
Taserface. I love that the Ayesha. No, it's not Ayesha. It's one of the Sovereign. That they're even laughing at
Yeah.
Taserface's last request. Just when he blows up.
Lukogi. Yes. Still waiting for a Taserface, Razor Fist. I'd watch that. Razor Fist. He might have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. Don't hit me with those lines, bro. Don't do it. James Gunn knows how to use music perfectly, and music for me, with film or with anything, is a big part of the experience for me. I love looking at music and what they choose to use in films and things. Even doing my own videos, I love playing around with the music. So the way James Gunn uses the music in the final scene, where I don't have a picture of it, but the final scene with him and Peter, I mean, what a journey for Peter throughout the 3 films too.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to family, oh man, watching it the second time, I need to know, guys, did you shed a tear this time when Yondu passes away? Let us know.
Oh, dude, no.
Damn it.
Not on those moments, dude. Not on those moments.
Bob, often someone back me up. AJ, back me up. Did anyone shed a tear when Yondu died? Come on. Don't tell me I'm the only one, baby. Don't tell me.
You're the only one.
I'm not the only one. Me and Lani together. At least I think she did. I'm pretty sure she did. He's a heartless bastard. That's right. Look
Bunch
at
of crybabies.
You're a heartless bastard. How could you not feel that the song comes on and the funeral and all the Ravengers come and Sly shows up? Hey, I'm here. I'm here.
That's a good one. Nailed it. Nailed it.
Oh shit! I wish I could do voices.
No, the Sly one. The Sly one was really cool. I see a theme because you got the Sly one and you have the Arnie one.
Oh shit! And maybe after more recent events in my life, I would. Oh, AJ, don't hit us with that, bro. I know. Well, look, I feel emotional in that scene. I did. He got me. I cried at Quill and Groot, and Cat Stevens.
Cool.
Nice. And then the final battle, which I think is a great final battle too. After rewatching it, I love the Pac-Man scene. That was hilarious. He was kind of like bloody Green Lantern there, creating that. Oh wait, we missed Andre. Andre says, "Did you shed a tear, Anthony?" Hell no.
That smiley face says it all.
If I was smarter, I would have reacted that way, Andre. Yeah, me neither. No, I will admit it. Helen says, I have to admit, I didn't appreciate Guardians of the Galaxy as much as I should have until I watched all 3 movies recently. Yeah, but it's cool how it does that. We're still getting more gold out of what's already been released. Like, these films hold up. A lot of them hold up really well.
Yeah.
And have great rewatchability. So
I could watch these over and over and over again.
Yeah. Because it has a touch of everything.
Yeah.
Comedy, humor, stuff that you just laugh at every time I always laugh at Drax, especially Drax and Mantis together. Like, this film gave us them together, which was the beginning of something special with their chemistry, I thought.
Even every sentence Yondu speaks, I just need to laugh. He just screams everything.
He does. He's so cool. And yes, I felt that Mary Poppins moment again in 3 when Quill has the close call and asks his first question afterwards was if it looked cool. Yeah, that's right. He does.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
Is
he cool?
Actually,
yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. I felt that, yeah. I love him, even this one. He's like, I'm Mary Poppins, yo. I'm like,
I'm Mary Poppins. I'm Mary Poppins, yo.
I freaking love that. It's so funny. Play the clip.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, man, just look at hard.
Like a full 2 seconds later. Mantis, look out!
Oh man. It's just a great movie. Absolutely great movie.
What did she got hit in the face by again?
I think it was like a rock or it was something like a rock. Or something. Just fucking,
Yeah, the timing is
think
so
it was.
perfect, dude.
The
I really
jetpacks.
wonder- I really wonder if it's mostly them riffing or if it's written, because I know that he writes stuff and then after they got what they need, they also riff a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious to see what makes most of the movie.
Yeah, I would love to see. I hope they
Yeah.
do an embedded. Was it embedded? Assembled. I hope they do an assembled.
Yeah.
Surely, if they've done an assembled, I'd love to see it. Hit by the people somewhere.
People's yeah.
That brings us to the end, I guess, and what our next three films. So we're going to do. I think we might as well go through all the films in Phase 3 over the next couple of weeks. I think that works.
Yeah, and I think Infinity War and Endgame last in one episode.
Yeah. So yes, I'm just
and
bringing
it's not
up my Marvel-
chronological, but I think it makes the most sense, right?
Yeah, because we're just doing Phase. So
Yeah.
theoretically, the next three films will be Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok, and Black Panther. And then it would then be Infinity War, but if we save that to the end, then it would be Ant-Man, the Wasp, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Man: Far From Home. So
Yeah.
it's another 2 sets of 3, and then another 3 episodes if we do that. I think that we'll keep it to an hour. We're just trying to keep our shows to a bit not too much more than an hour because of the time
Because we need to
differences,
sleep.
guys.
And Helen
Yeah.
also, she's tired also.
Yeah, we don't want to keep her up any longer. So we'll do 3 films at a time. Try to keep it around an hour for all 3. But yeah, next week, Homecoming, Ragnarok, and Black Panther. 3 bangers.
Yeah.
Absolutely 3 bangers. 2 origins and 1 end of a trilogy. No, that was number 4 actually, wasn't it? No, that was the end of the trilogy. Yeah. His 3 films. Damn. Okay, so that's what we'll do next week.
Cool.
So if you guys want to and you haven't rewatched them, hop in and rewatch some of these films this week if you get a chance, either Spider-Man: Homecoming, Ragnarok, or Black Panther, and see if there's anything you've re-noticed or something that it's reminded you of watching again and how it ties into Phase 3. And we'll try and talk about those points when we meet up again next week.
Yeah, and I also wonder, would anyone like us to do the DC movies as well? Because we only limit ourselves to Marvel, right? But and
Yeah.
Star Wars. But there have been
And Star
great
Wars,
DC
yeah.
movies as well.
Look, I would love to do Zack Snyder's Justice League one day because that's one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. And I love that for so many reasons. That'd be a fun one to do. We can do the
There's
Flash.
Batman,
We can definitely do
and
the
the
Flash.
Batman could be cool. The Flash could be cool.
Yeah,
Maybe
Yeah,
even the
Flash would be
first
cool.
Keaton Batman.
yeah. So
I
we
don't
could.
know,
We've got
we'll
heaps
see,
to.
we'll see, we'll see.
And look,
Because I
there's going to be
also-
new shows on soon. Anyway,
Yeah, and I would also love to do the Tarantino ones because Tarantino has a lot new
Yes.
stuff, kind of stuff we could cover.
yeah. Lukagi says I need to rewatch it, even though I just rewatched it. Nice. Sleepers for the
Sleepers
week.
for the
Yeah,
week,
I'm pretty weak right now.
4
4-hour
hour
show.
show.
Jesus Christ. Justice for Phase 3 movies.
Yeah.
Get
Oh, yeah,
Figure posing to 1K. Yes,
Thanks,
let's get
thanks.
Figure. He's so
Ah,
close.
damn it, I still need to announce like the giveaway for Star Lord. I'll do that. I'll do that.
You want to do it now? Let's do it now. We're going to wrap up now. So let's get you 1K. Let everybody know what you're doing.
Yeah, what
and
do you
then we'll
think
do
would
that.
be like a good cutoff point? Because I would like to set some sort of date, and if I have 1K by then, I'll give away Star Lord for everyone that is subscribed to the YouTube channel. Or
Hell
we
yeah.
could, because May would have been a cool. May 1K, that would have been cool, but we won't make that. So
You could.
someone, yeah, maybe somewhere around June or something for it.
June. Well, look, you're under 20 away, right? I think.
I don't
You're
know.
so close.
I thought I
Feel
was like 55. 4th of July.
And-
We could do 4th of
Let's have a
July,
look.
right?
Well, let's see. You're going to make it before then. Jesus Christ. You're at 980. You're at 985. You got 15 to go. 15 to go, guys.
We could do 4th of July. Yeah, that's cool. We'll do 4th of July. 1K giveaway of Star Lord, Infinity War.
Here you go.
It's Infinity War,
Boom.
right? Yeah, it's Infinity War.
Yeah, which I actually got recently, and it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm in the Guardians mindset right now. 15 away. See, Often's there, and Often is
Cool.
requesting back here, so we don't forget Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to do that.
Dude, I could do all. It's 9, right? 9 Quentin Tarantino movies because he said he would stop at 10. So I guess it's 9, and all 9 are masterpieces. So
All right,
I would
why
have-
don't we do
I would-
this? Let's do it.
I would prefer Quentin movies over the next 3 Phase 3 movies.
You'd prefer to?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Mm.
So 1K by 31st of May. Need that Black Widow posing video to pump up the subs. Yeah, Anthony, let's drop that video. Come on.
Damn,
Let's do
I
it.
just shot it, but now I need to comment on it.
He says I probably rewatched that probably more than anything. Nice. That's sick. All right, let's do it. Okay, so why don't we then? So what's his first one? Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's start at Reservoir
All right.
Dogs.
Do you want to take a break from phase 3 then next week and we'll do a Reservoir Dogs?
Dude, I would love to rewatch all of the movies. So whenever I can, I would.
All right. Okay, guys, in the chat, let's do it. Andre says, anyone watching this in the future, don't teach about John's skill set. Anthony's channel is really quite excellent.
You should play the roasted one again. Roasted one.
Oh, that's hot.
Thanks, man.
I thought I escaped the stream without getting it violently attacked.
That was savage. Savage comment guy.
That was
Got him.
savage comment, guy. I have another video that Often sent me that I need to upload to the computer.
Oh, dude,
Sorry, I haven't
which
done
one?
that yet.
Which
It's
one?
just another video to play of Andre burning me. It just-
Yet again.
Yeah. I need to do that. I keep forgetting. Sorry. So yeah, all right, let's do it then. Let's mix it up. I don't know. I feel like we should finish phase 3 first, but I also want to give the people what they want.
Yeah. Give the people what they want.
All right. Well, let's mix it up. We'll do Quentin Tarantino next week. Reservoir Dogs. That means you got to go watch Reservoir Dogs,
Yeah.
people. This is going to be a test. Can everybody go watch Reservoir Dogs?
And remember
and
all
are
the
they even into
colors.
Quentin Tarantino? Remember the colors. I have to rewatch it because I haven't seen it in years. I need to even
Yeah.
see if I can find it, for Christ's sake.
True.
But we'll update it on my Instagram or Facebook. If you're a channel member, you'll see it in the closed Facebook group when we decide what we'll do. So look out for that. Anthony's going to release a Black Widow posing tutorial video this week. He's already committed to it, that he'll have
dude,
it done
I-
and completed by the
I
end of the week.
really know that I won't be making it this week because somehow the angles are all fucked up. So this is the first time that I
no.
actually do like a posing video, a posing tutorial because, well, Helen actually said there are no posing tutorials, so that's why I tried to
There
do
you
one.
go.
And we had that one-on-one posing session first, so I'm kind of basing it off of that and then going from there. And the idea is that I would do like basically 4 poses. So I think I'll do one pose that has no damage at all, one pose where damage is allowed or creases are allowed, one pose on uneven footing like a base or the Thanos base, and one pose that comes from some sort of picture. So it's like I think it's the poster, the Black Widow poster with the walking pose. And then
Nice.
based off of those poses, I'll just do variants, which I don't show, but it's basically the same pose with variants. Because Black Widow has a lot of cool accessories, so you can use the same basic pose to do different poses. That's the idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll see
That's
how that
cool.
goes.
That'll give heaps of people, especially new collectors who are new to posing, and it's going to give them lots of ideas, I reckon. So that's awesome. I think that's really cool. Andre, ISB attention, people. You saw that.
ISP on deck.
You saw that. That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Andre also says 1K by the end of May has a nice ring to it. It does have a
Yeah,
nice-
I should have done that, but I'm too late.
yeah,
10 days.
that's okay. I think you can get there. Grand Moff Miller.
Grand Admiral.
We're going to the markets, and I'm probably going to get a cronut, a hazel, it's like a Nutella cronut. It's like a croissant and a donut together, and I'm going to enjoy that. That's for sure. Okay, so to wrap it up, guys. Well, look, we need to clarify here. So let's do Reservoir Dogs next week. Then let's give it a go, and we'll see what it's like breaking down something that's not a comic book movie. So. I do enjoy all films, so I'm looking forward to talking about that. If you guys can, if you're interested, go check out Reservoir Dogs, especially if you haven't seen it before. I'm assuming some people may not have seen it. Go check it out, and we're going to start a Quentin Tarantino journey into a master filmmaker, especially the master of discussion in the written word, which I think he does better than everyone. Oh shit! But we'll be doing that. So let's do that. We'll lock it in. We'll do Quentin next week,
Cool.
just for fun. Because why not? Let's mix it up. Everybody who's in the chat, thank you for being here. Andre, thanks for roasting me as always. Lukage, the baller. Often the gangster. We got Helen in the house, getting up at early hours of the morning like a warrior.
Yeah, thanks.
Butch even getting out of meetings. We had S Beam call in before. We had, who else did we have?
Blood too.
Brick Artemis. Yes, Butch. Bob in the house, which we always love. Who else we got? If I missed you, I'm sorry. I am Iron Dory, and you know how we do.
You know
Blue
how
was here.
we
Yeah,
do.
Blue. That's right. Blue was here. I'm gonna hopefully have. I just released my Mandalorian and Blurg posing video. So if you haven't seen
Oh,
that,
dude,
go check
yeah. Still need to see it.
it's all just trying to figure out different ways of displaying Mando and a few other figures with the blurg and how you can make it look like in your display. And I try to get Mando using all of these different accessories. I didn't even touch on all the accessories. He has that many, but I tried to do different scenes using a different accessory for most of them. To give you different ideas if you want to use something. So check that out. I'm working on Captain America, Sam Wilson Captain America. It's probably going to be a 10 or a 12 pose showcase. I'm bringing in my gargoyle base. I'm going to have some fun playing around with flying poses and different types of things where we can stretch him out and see what he can do.
Cool,
So
cool.
that is coming next. I'm just having fun playing around with him. I'm also stealing poses from Anthony, apparently. So,
No, you can't
thought I was
if
so
you haven't
good.
watched the video.
no, I have watched the video though, but I'm not rewatching videos because I don't want to be influenced by other people's poses and then
Yeah.
do that. So I think I subconsciously stole a pose because it was just that good. So I'll have my version of that.
They were
Oh,
very
thanks a lot
easy
for
to
that,
steal.
Yeah, very easy to steal. Appreciate that, Lakagi. But yes, rather than dragging out the ending, everybody, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. We're going to do Reservoir Dogs. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Often I'll talk to you if you have time, brother. If you can help us out maybe with some slides, let me know. I'll chat to you behind the scenes on that. Until next week, guys, peace out. Anthony, as always, it's a pleasure.
Same man.
let's-
Same man.
Enjoy your sleep. I will enjoy my day.
Thanks.